Week 5 of the fantasy baseball season, and here's a few pitchers I look to sell and trade this week. The first guy, Kevin Gausman of the Toronto Blue Jays. So over the last few seasons, Gausman's been a solid pitcher for fantasy baseball, and obviously for the San Francisco Giants, and now the Blue Jays from last season and this season on the year 2-2 record, 38 2/3 of an inning, 54 strikeouts already, a 2.33 ERA, and a 1.01 whip with 5 quality starts on the season. So right now, Gausman, he's going out there, and he's pitching great baseball, no doubt about it, for this Toronto Blue Jay team. And he's a guy that's been putting up fantasy numbers, like I said, the last few seasons. But also, I think right now he's pitching a little bit over his head, and he does play in a tough division with good hitting ball clubs. So the last few games here for Kevin Gausman, April 17th at Houston, that one 4 2/3 got the loss, 7 hits, 7 runs, 2 walks, 5 Ks. April 23rd at the Yankees, he mowed them down in that one, 7 innings, got the win, 3 hits, no runs, 11 strikeouts, quality start. And April 29th versus Seattle, one of the best games, if not the best game of his major league career, 7 innings in that one, 6 hits, no runs, a walk, 13 strikeouts, and a quality start. So the last 2 games here for him, 24 strikeouts for Kevin Gausman. So right now, while he's pitching great baseball the last 2 outings, and no doubt he's been solid the whole season, he's still a perfect sell-high candidate. And I think you get a decent starting pitcher and a hitter in a deal, or just a big bat in a trade for Kevin Gausman right now. While he's pitching great, the next guy's Nathan Eovaldi of the Texas Rangers. So Eovaldi coming off a complete game shutout versus the New York Yankees last week. And Nathan Eovaldi, we know he's up there in age. We know he's a veteran in this league. And he's a hit-or-miss type of pitcher as well on the season. 36 2/3, 3-2 record, 39 strikeouts, a 3.93 ERA, 1.15 whip, and 3 quality starts on the season. Eovaldi also injury-prone a little bit throughout his career as the veteran pitcher, but after coming off a monster game, like I said, with the Yankees, this is most likely peak value for Eovaldi this week here, because I don't think he's going to come off another game like this or just keep pitching at this great rate, especially in a hitter's ballpark like Texas, where obviously he pitches half his games this season. On the last few games here for Eovaldi, April 18th at the Royals, 6 innings, got the win, 7 hits, 2 runs, a walk, 5 Ks, a quality start. April 24th at the Reds, 6 innings, no decision, 6 hits, 3 runs, a walk, 7 Ks, a quality start. And April 29th versus the Yankees, like I mentioned, the complete game shutout in that one, 3-hitter, 8 strikeouts, and the quality start. So right now, pitching good baseball the last 3 outings is Nate Eovaldi, even though 2 of those ball games were versus weak hitting teams at the Reds and the Kansas City Royals. So right now, while he's pitching great, is Eovaldi and a peak value where I think he's reached his peak for this season as a sell-high candidate. This is a perfect time to sell him off, and also surprisingly, he's still out there in 40% of fantasy leagues. If you could pick up Eovaldi and then sell him, that's a great move for fantasy owners to do. In my opinion, the next guy's Eduardo Rodriguez of the Detroit Tigers. So Rodriguez, it's been a bounce-back season for him after he was a big free agent signing a few years ago for this Detroit Tiger team. And I know this Tiger team, not a good team, not going to give him a lot of run support. And that's one of the main reasons as well is why I would sell him high. And plus, I don't think that 2.21 ERA is going to stick. So on the season, 36 2/3, 2-2 record, 30 strikeouts, 2.21 ERA, 0.87 whip, and 3 quality starts in the last few weeks here. He's really been lights out. Is Rodriguez, 20 2/3, 2-0 record in the time, 21 strikeouts, 0.44 ERA, 0.53 whip, and 2 quality starts. He's barely given up runs over the last 2 or 3 outings, is Rodriguez. But right now, it's not going to hold up at the numbers he's putting up. I know the division isn't great over there in the AL Central. Not a lot of good hitting teams, if any at all. The White Sox, they've been down this season. The Twins, not known for their hitting. Really, the Royals, one of the worst hitting teams in the league. So, yes, he plays in a division where there's not good hitting, but he's not going to get the run support as well as Rodriguez. So, the last few games, April 18th versus the Guardians, 8 innings in that one, got the win, 4 hits, no runs, 10 Ks, a quality start. April 23rd at the Orioles, 7 innings, no decision, 1 hit, no runs, 6 Ks, a quality start. And that's what I mean. That game, he gave up no runs and still couldn't come away with a victory. In April 29th versus the Orioles, 5 2/3 in that ball game, got the win, 4 hits, a run, 2 walks, 5 Ks. So right now, Rodriguez pitching even better than he did in his Red Sox days so far this season, even though we know it's only the first month of the season. But right now, while he's going out there and putting in gems, is Rodriguez. It's a perfect time to sell him high. This week, the next guy besides Grayson Rodriguez of the Baltimore Orioles. So Rodriguez, one of the best prospects in Major League Baseball over the last few seasons. People thought he was going to come up with Rodriguez, but that didn't come to fruition. But this season, he started off on this Oriole team, and so far 24 and a third on the year, 1-0 record, 34 strikeouts already, 4.07 ERA, and a 1.40 WHIP. So we know he's going to have a high K rate. Is Rodriguez. It happened in the minor leagues for him with this Oriole team, but he's not a guy not going deep into games right now, and he might even be on an innings limit early in his career so far for this Baltimore Oriole team. But after coming off major league career high 9 strikeouts in his first major league victory, is Rodriguez. It's a perfect time to sell him high, in my opinion. April 16th at the White Sox, 5 innings, no decision, 6 hits, 4 runs, 2 walks, 8 Ks. April 23rd versus the Tigers, 5 innings, no decision, 5 hits, no runs, 3 walks, 6 Ks. And then April 29th at the Tigers, once again, 5 innings, got the win. 2 hits, no runs, a walk, 9 Ks. So walks are a little bit of a problem for Rodriguez. He's coming off, obviously, 2 good matchups versus the Tigers in a row. And he's not going to versus the Tigers every week. He's in a division with the Yankees, Red Sox who can hit, Toronto Blue Jays, the Tampa Bay Rays are the best team in baseball. So right now, Rodriguez, he's been a 5-inning pitcher. He's had some easy matchups, like I said. He's got another one coming up tomorrow, May 4th, at the Kansas City Royals. And I don't think he's going to do much for fantasy owners right now in terms of going that deep into games and even claiming some victories. If he's only going to go 4 or 5 innings, is Grayson Rodriguez. So right now, while he's coming off a few good outings versus poor hitting clubs, it's a perfect time to sell him high, even though I think in the future he could be one of the better pitchers in fantasy baseball. But this season, I think they're going to take it slow with him as Baltimore. And the 5th and final pitcher I look to sell and trade this week's Alex Cobb of the San Francisco Giants. The Cobb, it's been a weird career for him. Some seasons he's had great years, then some seasons not good years and injury-prone seasons. And so far this season, he's off to a solid start, 1-1 record, 33 and a third, 32 strikeouts, 2.43 ERA, a 1.29 WHIP, and 2 quality starts on the season. So Cobb's going out there and he's pitching good in the Bay Area here for the San Francisco Giant team. And he's even got a big complete game shutout under his belt in his last outing versus a good team on paper in the St. Louis Cardinals in terms of their lineup. Even though this season that Cardinal team off to a very slow start. So the last few games here for Cobb, April 19th at the Marlins, 5 innings in that one, no decision, 7 hits, a run, a walk, 8 strikeouts. April 24th versus the Cardinals, like I said, that complete game, shutout in that one, 6 hits given up, a walk, 4 strikeouts, the quality start. And April 30th came back to earth a little bit in that one at San Diego, 5 innings, no decision, 7 hits, 3 runs, 7 Ks. But right now, Cobb, he's pitching good. He's healthy right now. And like I said, after coming off 2 starts ago, that complete game shutout, it's a perfect time to sell him high because he's at peak value as Alex Cobb. He's a guy that's been shaky, like I said, throughout his career. Some seasons with mid-4s to high 5s ERA. But right now, while he's pitching great, and a guy, I don't know if he's going to keep it up in the Bay Area with tough hitting teams like San Diego and the Dodgers in that division. He's a guy with sell high this week, so that's a few pitchers to look to sell and trade here. I'm not saying just stump them off for anything, but if you could get a good hitter or good value in a deal for these pitchers, it's a time to do it before they go back to the levels they're usually playing on, where right now they're pitching over their heads. That's a few pitchers I look to sell and trade here in week 5 of the fantasy baseball season.